Hi guys, this is Jason, also known as Tabiasobi, and today I will be taking a look at a peripheral for the NES Classic Edition. So, I've been quite enjoying my Classic Edition since I got it. Not just me, but other people as well. I had a relative borrow it for a couple of days, and those days turned out to be weeks, but I finally got it back, because near far, wherever you are, I will never let you go, or something like that. So, for folks who have been sort of monitoring the situation with the NES Classic Edition, or people who have bought it as well, you know that there's like one issue regarding this particular device. Well, make that two if you count the fact that it was pretty hard to get when it first came out. I don't know if that's still the case now, since it's been a few months, but the main issue that a lot of folks have had, including myself, is this thing right here. Now, on the surface, it looks great, you know? It looks just like the classic controller for the Nintendo Entertainment System. But as far as issues go, it would be this right here. I don't know if that's being shown on the camera, but yeah, it's pretty short. Pretty darn short. It's fine if you're playing in front of a small TV, and you know, you could just kind of go old school like we used to do in the 80s, I guess. But if you have a bigger TV like I do, which is an 83-inch television, then if you play in front of it, it's almost like watching a movie at the nosebleeds. Watching a movie at the front row, right? Like where you're like, So, unless you have, say, a long HDMI cable, then you could, you know, extend this, and then you could get this further out so you could play on the couch or something. But if you don't, then you're kind of like stuck there up close. So, one of the things I decided to do is review this thing right here. The Gamepad Combo Kit. And so, of course, this is a third-party controller for this guy right here. And let's open it up real quick. Well, I'm going to set this aside. Put this right here. And so the main reason I was interested in this thing is because, well, it's supposed to be long as far as the cable goes. And so, yeah, that's what you get inside. In fact, let's read some of the stuff here. Features: cable, 10-foot high quality extension cable for original NES Classic Edition controller. High quality. 10-foot high quality. Okay. So that's like some marketing speak right there. But and then it says, play comfortably with this extra long cable extender. Because you certainly don't want to play uncomfortably with it. But one of the other neat features about this device is that it also doubles up as a wireless controller. Not just for the NES Classic Edition, but it apparently also works for the Wii and the Wii U. So it says wireless controller allows for comfortable play once again. Over 75 hours of playtime on 2 AAA batteries, not included, of course, and play from up to 30 feet away without lag or disconnection. Now, I've reviewed a lot of wireless peripherals, and pretty much all of them say no lag, but from my experience, sometimes that gets mixed results, so I guess we'll see later on. And ergonomically designed for better grip and control. Can be used with Wii and Wii U optional classic controllers. So there you go. And what you get is this thing right here. Let's take a quick look. Bubble wrap. Sorry, I can't resist. I have to do that. Oh wait, it does come included, but I think it probably just got included because this was sent to me as a review by the manufacturer. So I guess they were kind enough to put some AAA batteries in there for me. Ain't I special? So there we go. I shall deal with you again later. Batteries right there. So there you go. Ta-da! Gamepad Combo Kit. So there's the gamepad right there, and there are the cables. This looks like the wireless dongle right here. There's the back right there. Alright, So I'll go ahead and open this real quick, and then we'll just check how the gamepad itself feels. Alright, so here is what you get right out of the box. So you get the controller, the wireless controller, the extension cable, and the wireless dongle. Every time I hear dongle, I get flashbacks of the new iPhones and how upset that makes me. And they took out the headphone jack. So anyway, as I digress. So this is a controller right here. It looks like this controller can only be used in wireless mode. So here are the two batteries right here, and you put them here in the back, like so. Yeah. And then what you then do, theoretically, right, is you plug this dongle right here, and then once everything's all set, you can pair this. And otherwise, one of the things I also noticed is that this does not plug to this. So, in fact, this actually works for the original controller. So, if you still want to use this and just want a longer cord, this actually works really well. So, I'm gonna do this. It's like a 10-foot cord, is what they said. So that's pretty long. Because I don't know how long this thing is. Is it like 2.5 or so? But yeah, so yeah, this thing is long. So yeah, there you go. My gosh. And what you do pretty much is you plug. Oh gosh, look how long that cord is. Like you just plug this right here. There you go. And then you get the other end like this. I feel like Alexander from Time to Gordy to that right here. So here's the connector right here. Whoops! Like that right there. Ta-da! And now you have a super long cord, because if this cord itself is like, what, 10 feet? Then you add the 2.5 or so feet from this one, you got a pretty long cord right here. Yeah, you can lasso livestock with this thing. So, yeah, and that's how it works. We'll get into that more later, but first, as far as the controller, of course, the shape is different from this one. I mean, the road square, it's a little bit smaller, but also seems a bit thicker. And so, if you're used to this, I'm used to this because I played with it a lot when I was a little kid. And this one, yeah, it feels a little bit different. Yeah, it's not quite as stiff as this. And of course everything is shaped into a square. You get like a little sort of depression here to rest your thumbs, I guess, so you can hold it like that, you know? And by the way, this also works in terms of, like, if you press select and start at the same time, it should reboot you to the main screen. And of course you get your B and your A. There you go. Yeah, but overall it feels pretty good. Of course, the question is how sturdy it's going to be in terms of long-term use, because I know these things could last a pretty long time. Like, I've played a lot with mine. I don't think I ever needed to replace any of my controllers. I've had more of an issue with that with the Famicom, but not with the NES. So, yeah, there you go. Works on wireless mode. Of course, the next test now is to see how it works, and so we'll do that next. Okay, so one issue I did notice is that when you're plugging these, you can, like, if you decide to plug the extension right here, you cannot plug the dongle for the wireless controller. So, if you're going to use both, you'll need to plug this in here first, and then plug this one right here. There, and that way you can have them both fit. Okay guys, so this is how long the cable is once it's connected to the NES Classic Edition controller. So let's go back. Back. And here we go. So, yeah, that's pretty long, huh? As you can see, I can make it all the way to my couch with the controller with enough room to spare. Alright, so I'm all the way over here, pretty far from the TV, got it working. Let's try Mega Man real quick. Yeah, it seems to be working. Let's start. There we go. Let's start again. Start. Of course, you gotta start with Metal Man. Okay, it's kind of weird playing like this. Yeah, so that seems to be working fine. Like, I don't notice any noticeable lag. Of course, it's not. This isn't Punch-Out that we're playing, so I don't know just like how lag-free it is. But yeah, seems to be working fine. I got kind of play the game a long time. Okay, so now I've got this plugged in. It works. Let's try Ninja Cut. Favorite series of all time. That still works. Alright, so it looks like the extension cord works pretty well. Since it's wired, I'd assume it would be the same as just plugging this thing directly without the extension cord. So the issue would be probably more this, as far as lag is concerned. I mean, of course, this is lag-free, but it's really hard to tell at this point. Obviously, even when using this, some people were already reporting that Punch-Out, for example, fighting Mike Tyson is a lot harder because the timing seems to be off a little bit as far as this controller. But honestly, I haven't played that game in a long time, and if I try to play it now, I wouldn't even be able to discern if the lag was off. I do remember last time when I first got this system and I had my brother play Punch-Out, and he's pretty good at Punch-Out. He did have some difficulty fighting Mike Tyson, and he said he feels the timing was a little bit off. But yeah, so as far as this, it seemed to work really well. Just for games like Ninja Gaiden, I would think it would be fine. One question I do have is regarding the batteries, because I don't know if having them in the controller drains them over a long period of time, because I noticed that same issue with the original 3DS slide pad. If I just left a battery in there, didn't matter if I use it or not, after some time the battery would die out. And I don't know if that's the case with this, so that would of course take more time to test, so it would be more of a long-term review. So since we've just tried this within like an hour or so, it's going to be hard to tell. But so far, I'm liking what comes in the package. Like, of course, you get the wireless controller and you get the extension for this, which makes it a lot easier now to play from the couch. I do wish that this also came with a cord or an option to connect it like this, so in case you didn't have a battery or what have you. But it works pretty well. And if you are looking for an option in terms of extending the cord for your original controller and getting a second controller to boot, then you could try this out and see how it works for you. Once again, this is Jason, also known as Tabiasobi, signing out.